Hello friends, Tiger Coward here. Today we rode with our heads in the clouds. But eventually we got to see the infamous views that the Skyline Drive is renowned for. There is a Buddhist saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Tiger Coward says, rain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Remember that for today's ride. Welcome to day 3 of the Tail of the Dragon tour. A steady downpour accompanied us as we broke camp this morning. On the bright side, at least it was a warm 17 degrees. Front Royal was our first destination to get some breakfast and make a plan for the day. Spike found the highly rated Ladee's Pancake house online and we headed there after packing up our soaking wet gear. Once inside, we were treated to a fantastic breakfast in a bustling diner that was so cool it could have been on a movie set. It was just perfect. I highly recommend it if you're in Front Royal. Finally, at noon, we headed out to the Shenandoah National Park and the Skyline Drive. Upon arrival in a heavy downpour, we were greeted by a rude park ranger who must hate his job. Nonetheless, we paid our $25 entry fee and headed on our way. The road itself is renowned for spectacular views and its winding route. Unfortunately, today the ceiling of clouds was about 500 feet below the road. We traveled for 3 hours in pouring rain and dense fog, and we enjoyed the smoothly paved road for what turned out to be a fun ride. Fortunately, when the clouds lifted, we did get a glimpse of 1 or 2 beautiful views. In all, it was a slow ride with a maximum speed of 35 miles per hour, but there was no commercial traffic on this route, so we didn't have to deal with truck traffic. The rain was inevitable, but we chose not to suffer. As we reached the south boundary of the park, the weather began to improve, and grabbing a campsite at the Misty Mountain Campground in Greenwood, Virginia seemed like a good idea. We had spent the day on Misty Mountains and Karma was telling us that we should camp here. Karma was right. Setting up camp quickly was essential because we could see more rain coming. The storm chased us into our tents for about an hour before we headed out for dinner at the Coconut Thai Kitchen restaurant in White Oaks. All in all, the day was quite nice, plus the Bruins lost and were knocked out of the Stanley Cup playoffs. That in itself makes an okay day a good one. Good night from Virginia. I love you all, except for you Boston Bruins, but you already know that, don't you? Go forth with an open mind, and most importantly an open heart, and remember, self-care is not selfish.
Up in graves, history I thought washed away, like seeing ghosts